Hey, this is Holwarden and welcome to the For Honor Hero Spotlight. Today we're going to talk about Berserker, an assassin who can bully his opponent in the battlefield with infinite chains, and also a hyper armor specialist in less than 8 minutes, so be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and don't forget to follow me until the end of the video. I said Berserker is a hyper armor specialist because even the lights has hyper armor, goddammit. Well, not all the lights, only the chain lights. After you press heavy, then cancel it, and then press light after that, the light will come out as a hyper armor. That's very useful against opponents who like to disrupt your attacks, and you can easily catch them, or even if they try to dodge attack it, sometimes it really depends on the hero, but it will catch them. The cancel into the light will catch them. After a successful land on a light or a heavy, if you press top heavy, it will come out as an unblockable heavy that deals a lot of damage. Also, you can cancel it into a chain light that is actually hyper armored as always, and you can infinitely just do that. Cancel the heavy, go to the light, press heavy, then cancel it, go to the light. Or even after you land a heavy, you can chain it into a hyper armor light. Berserker can cancel the recovery of any attack with a dodge. This will become very useful, especially if you do a top heavy or a finisher move like a top unblockable or an unblockable. You can easily cancel the recovery with a dash forward light or a dodge attack or even a raw light. It never works for me, but it may work for you. You can let the finisher chain go and bait your opponent to do a dodge attack and go for the deflect, just like with Orochi. Or even they might try to guard break you after they dodge your finisher, and you can surprise them with a dodge attack or a dash forward light. I said deflect. Berserker's deflect, in my opinion, is the best deflect in the game, because after the deflect, if you press guard break, it will, no matter what your opponent is doing, he's going to do a light, he's going to do anything, it will be guard broken, doesn't matter. So this is very useful, especially against hyper armor heroes, so they can't actually trade with you. If you successfully deflect them, you will guard break them. And by any chance, if you didn't know, the only thing that you can't do to a guard broken opponent is to fuck the guy from the other side of the monitor. So you can actually use the environment against your opponent because they're guard broken, and you can throw them, ledge them, throw them to the spikes, and anything you like to do. Also, you can wall splat them and get the top heavy, but beware of that, it will finish your chain. So many Berserker players rather just go for the side heavies and continue their chain. Also, Berserker has a little bit more health than other assassins because the Ubisoft wanted the Berserker to have the ability to trade with his opponent, so that's another plus for this assassin as well. Berserker is a very useful hero against ganking, also very good hero to use for ganking. Because of the hyper armor coming at the first frames of the attack for Berserker, you can easily just switch between the opponents and deal damage to them while they're trying to attack you. Those sneaky attacks when especially you get revenge, they try to just press buttons. You can easily trade with them and just continue your chains. Also, if you want to gank someone, you can just backstep and light, then go into a chained unblockable to annoy them. When shit goes down and you want to retreat, the best tool that Berserker has is while you're holding back, you just press zone attack and it has hyper armor. Also, nobody can touch you while you're in your zone attack. This will not work against raw zone attack or while holding forward and press zone attack. It doesn't have any hyper armor, but still it has a very good reach and it can kind of hit multiple enemies. Some tips that I really like you guys to know that is never be predictable with Berserker. It's just like Raider. Don't be predictable with it because they can easily just go for the guess and parry your lights. Another tip is try to mix and play with your heavies. Sometimes feint it into another light, sometimes feint it into another heavy to mix your opponent up. Also, I know it's very tempting, but beware of dash forward light because it has hyper armor, it's fast, but your opponent can be waiting for it if you don't be careful and use it a lot. Another thing is if you want to just cancel your recovery with a dodge attack, beware of that. Some opponents might dodge your finisher or anything, but they won't go for the guard break and they actually wait for you to do the dodge attack and parry it. So be careful of that as well. For out of stamina punish, it doesn't matter if you throw them or if you parry them and they get like unbalanced. You do a dash forward light and chain it into a top unblockable heavy for the max damage. If you want to continue your chains after the heavy, you can easily just go for the dash forward light into the side heavy and you can from there continue your chains. Berserker has some downfalls too. For example, you don't have any good opener, and by that I mean you don't have any bash. In my opinion, bash is the best opening thing in this game. And since Berserker doesn't have any neutral unblockable, you are relying mostly on your lights and heavies, so if your opponent is very good at guessing, you're pretty much screwed and you always get parried and it's very annoying. All in all, I recommend playing with this hero. This hero is very fun. I had a very good time with him. This hero can really carry you in the battlefield and it can do some impossible comebacks. Trust me, you can really do that. Well, that was it, ladies and gentlemen. Berserker in less than 8 minutes. I hope it was useful. If you had any tricks or tips, be sure to leave a comment. And as always, love you guys. See you in the next video.